Well,
Yeah, our camera moving already. Good? Okay. All right, group A. You go right ahead.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alex Lund.
My name is Yushin Kim.
my name is Annie Kim.
My name is Myung-hwan.
And we decided to target teenage suicide in Korea. We decided to do something a little closer to home. None of us here are suicidal teens, I hope. But we are teenagers under a lot of pressure and a lot of stress.
So we searched three backgrounds. The first one is the amount of study, the second one is parents' thoughts, and the third one is system of an entrance examination of Korea. To begin with, the amount of study, it has three things: test scores, widespread of private education, and excessive pressure. Test scores are important for high school students who are freshmen, junior, and senior. It's important because it decides your future future university. And second, widespread of private education. It is done by excessive pressure, which makes them stressed. Second, parents' thoughts is that parents think study is the way to succeed, and this makes students have excessive study, which also concludes in stress. At last, the system of an entrance examination of Korea has three things: scholastic ability test, hierarchy of universities, and social atmosphere. The first one, scholastic ability test, needs to be prepared at least 2 to 3 years, which is a long term for a student to prepare. Second is the hierarchy of universities, which is a rank of universities, and it's done by like a social atmosphere is convincing a student to go to a good university. Now we're going to talk about the causes of student suicide. While financial woes were the biggest reason behind many of the suicides in the overall suicide statistics, about 40% are related to family-related problems, and the 16% are triggered by depression, and 11.5 by exam-related stress. And the problem is, it is well known that the South Korea has the highest suicide rates among the members of OECD. Sadly, the number of children who commit suicide is believed to be no less of than those by adults. A report showed by 139 primary and secondary school students killed themselves last year. The figure was the lowest in the 3 years, but still worryingly hovers above 100. In 2009, 200 students took their own lives, and the number fell into 146 in 2010 and 150 in 2011. Of the 139 students who committed suicide last year, 88 were high school students, 48 were middle school students, and 3 were in elementary school. Most notable is that many of those students were not reported to be acting differently before they commit suicide, but acted normally. This means that students could choose to suicide at a momentary impulse. And if we look at the 2015 attempted suicide rate from the freshmen of middle school to senior of high school students, they are evenly attempting suicide.
So as we have went through the Korean education system and the atmosphere the society holds, I hope that most of you have felt that Korea is a competitive society. And now we think whether if this is right for children, mostly teenagers. Is this kind of education really appropriate for the students to find their bright future in South Korea? In the SDG, the Sustainable Development Goals are in 2015. The third goal and well-being. We thought that AIDS and malaria can also be a big part of this goal, but also the mental problems that Mormon students can have may charge a big part of this goal too. And moreover, we also found out that this education system itself should be questioned. Maybe the education in Korea is really competitive compared to other countries, and the time the students concentrate on studying may be top in the world. But however, as PISA, the Program for International Students Assessment shows, the result is not proportional for the hard study they do daily. So it's the curiosity for us whether if this is right quality education. The education just puts stress in students and gives the direct factor of committing a suicide. I think that can never be a quality education. So as a proposal for these SDGs, we looked for the underlying issues and because the main three factors for teenage committing suicide is because first pressures from the parents and society, which regards mostly about grades at school, and secondly economical status, and third family issues. Our group has discussed and reached to a conclusion that under all of these factors lies stress. So we thought that if we could make any creative ways to help the students release their stress during their daily life, the overall problem can be solved. So also it's generally said that reducing stress can actually benefit you because, for example, for exercising, it can improve your sleep, and for coloring book, because you hold on to one task for a long time, it may keep you calm and clear on what everything you do.
So what is our proposal? We decided to propose the free block program. The free block program would be modeled after the free blocks that exist within the block schedule in the United States. So within this free block, however, it's not just time to just sleep or study again. We're going to encourage students to participate in clubs, activities, and events. So how does this help? This can also foster people's creativity as well as promote their interests. Arts and physical education lags behind in education systems in Korea because people believe that while instead of doing art, they can spend that time and study for one more question, try to get like 2 more points on the entrance exam. And finally, it also encourages leadership as students will be able to organize their own clubs, engage in their own activities, and budget their clubs, etc. But of course, in the center of all this, what the most important thing is de-stressing. So basically, sleep. That's the first thing. If you have a test next block, or if you have a test that day, you could probably take time, you could be excused from your club or activity to participate, to go to the self-study room and study for your test. But also, this free block can actually help with day management. In the United States military, they use the Big Four ways to handle panic, stress, and fear. The first thing is goal setting. The military army officials would actually think to themselves, oh, okay, I'm going to survive until lunch today. I'm going to stay alive and focus, and that actually helps with their arousal management and promotes better concentration. And finally, of course, there's satisfaction in doing the things you enjoy and love, which is why just enjoyment and being happy could actually lead to a huge de-stressing. We've actually divided the days up. You would have a free block every day, so we've divided up into A days and B days. So on A days, you can participate in anything you love. We encourage all clubs, such as arts, human rights activism, environmental clubs, sports, whatever. But on B days, we try to put a heavy emphasis on physical education. We know the health benefits of exercise and de-stressing and a healthier lifestyle, which is why students are encouraged to participate in soccer, basketball, etc. Or even the student council president can organize a game day, such as dodgeball or netball within the community. So of course, there's going to be a lot of questions, like what happens to the study block? What happens to class? Which will be handled by Sophia. the general daily routine of Korean high school. There's 9 classes in each day. There are 7 standard block, which is called official classes as well. And there's 2 supplementary classes. In standard block, we study for Korean SAT, and in supplementary classes, we study the subjects which we want to have deep understanding or review the subjects that we learned in the day. Most Korean students spend almost 14 hours in the school, so most students think that these 2 supplementary classes are not so necessary because there's other enough time to study themselves. So we'll turn one of the supplementary classes into the free block and then put the free block in the middle of the standard blocks as to have the before effects of Navy that Alex has mentioned.
Okay, so those are possible proposals and objections towards to the free block systems. First, students who don't want to join in the systems and wants to study. What about that?
However, Korean students go to the school even in the weekend to study more